Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of this podcast, Talking with Tati. So, obviously, it's not Talking with Tati, it's Talking with T. So, please forgive me for my mistake. So, if you're wondering why the audio is either bad or if, it's just a weird background noise, it's because I'm recording in my closet and it's the most space that has soundproof. So please forgive me. But anyways, welcome to the first episode. I would like to put a disclaimer that I easily lose my train of thought and I will pause and then I won't remember. So hopefully you guys can actually and I say a lot, so please forgive me. So actually this episode is about school. Yes, but most importantly, high school, because I am in high school. I'm in the 12th grade. I'm finishing exams right now, but I'm here recording this first episode. So for this first episode, I was actually asking people what should my first episode be about? And everybody's some people were oh, you should do this, you should that. And then I saw people say homework. And then one person said school, stress, all that. And so I'm let's put it all into one. And here it is. So first, we're going to talk about homework. Oh, everybody's favorite. No, not really, but it's okay. Now, I don't know who invented homework because I don't do my research like that. But it's the worst. Now, coming into high school, it was mediocre. You'd have some homework here, you'd have some homework there. Pretty much it wasn't that big of a deal. Grade 10 came around, same thing. Here and there, it wasn't that much. But then grade 12 and 11 hit. That's when homework just kept piling in. Oh, it was crazy. So yeah, so if you're watching this and you're in grade 9 or not watching this, sorry, listening to this, you're in grade 9, or if you're grade 8 coming in, yeah, that's just prepare for that. But yeah, so for my high school use for homework, I always finish my homework. I'm not goody two shoes that does that all the time. It may seem like a teacher's pet type thing, but that's just me. But homework for other people, it was they're messaging other people. Did you finish it? Did you finish it? I was even guilty of it, even though I am a good, quotations, good student. But yeah, that happened. But I'm going to go back to my topic of grade 9s and 10s. So they have it so easy, especially grade 10s. The easiest year by far is grade 10, especially for homework. You barely get any homework, even in the really high, smart courses, as I like to call them. Oh wow, it's just so easy, and homework is so mediocre. It's it's all around the best. The best year. Grade 9, you're first coming in, so it's oh my god, homework, I don't want to do it anymore. You're coming from elementary to high school, so it is a different vibe, but honestly it gets easier. But then grade 11, grade 11. Grade 11 homework. I cried. I honestly cried when I used to, when I had gotten homework in grade 11. Because of the amount of stuff that we had to do. It was crazy. First day of school or first day of the semester, boom, homework. And I'm what the heck? Why is there homework? It was just crazy. And grade 12 now, I'm finishing up my first semester. Holy, so much homework, just crazy. And I just want to let you all know. I repeat myself a lot too, so please be with me. But it's it's punching a hole through a wall, but not actually doing it in your dreams. That's homework. Or grade 12 homework is punching you in the face. That's how crazy it is. But yeah. So along with homework, there's the stress of it all, including exams and studying. So I'm going to talk about exams and stress and studying, all that. So tests. Tests from all through the years of high school actually rank. Grade 9, because it's a new year, it's new high school, it's going to seem hard for others. Grade 10, easiest test you ever done. Just like the homework, just like the grades, just easy. Grade 11 hit, you're dying. It's just everything. Grade 12, forget it. You're doing that and you're just being told you're in grade 12, you should know this, and it's like, what? No, no. Like, it's just all around stressful. Now, studying for these tests can actually be stressful as well. So like, school does give a lot of stress to people. Like, I've seen it, I've even experienced it. I've seen people have like full-on breakdowns because of how stressed they are in the school year, and I was just like, damn, I'm stressed, but I'm not that stressed. And I was like, wow, I feel so bad for these people, because like, it's just crazy. Like, it's on top of you, especially when exams come around. When exams come around, that's when you have to like put on your studying hats and go. There's like people who like just weren't in school for that semester, and they come back and they're like, I don't know what to do. Well, it's like, take out the whole textbook of whatever course you're doing and study it, because you're gonna need it. And like, back to the whole thing, like, oh, you're in grade 12, you should know. It is critical because of post-secondary, like college or university. It's crazy, like, just wild, very wild. So I'm gonna go into exams because I'm just all over the place, because it is my first podcast episode, so please bear with me. So exams. Today I had my English exam. Yes, I don't know if it's for like, because I'm in Canada, so I don't know if this is for everybody, but we have exams, one on each day for 4 days. So it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the Monday is the last. So today I had my English exam. Wow, I wanted to cry because my hand was hurting so bad from how much I was writing. And it wasn't even like one thing. It was two things I was writing at once, because time was cracking and I was like, I need to do this. I spent the last 15 minutes of that exam trying to think of a conclusion. A conclusion for a series of paragraphs. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's how like stressful it is. And like, I still have to memorize for tomorrow like a bunch of French stuff, because yes, French, I take it. Awesome, beautiful. Oh, but it's stressful. Like, I see people coming into school, they have like bags under their eyes. They're just stressing, and like, you could tell like they're not in it, like they're just so stressful. So a lot of stress comes out from the exams. Like, you just see everything just poured out, especially with like study notes. So like, I created study notes, but with cue cards, and so I studied off of them. And one of my friends had asked me, actually, are you an Adderall? And I'm like, no, because I just want to pass. Because grade 12 is like the most important, other than grade 11 also being important in high school, but grade 12, it's also very important, because you have to go from grade 12 to like college or university. And that is a big jump, apparently. I was told. I'm not in college, so like, any college students watching this, let me know. Even if it's like the first episode. But anyways, but like, it's just so much stress comes out during the exam time, and like, you just see everybody cracking down. There's people that break down, and like, teachers, they may care, but they can't show it, because it's like, well, it's the exams, you have to pass. And like, before the exams, we have these things called CPTs. I forgot what it's called, but it's like a culminating activity. So like, final project. And like, those bring out so much stress, like a lot of stress, because like, that's the final project before the exam. And like, I remember because it was like a few weeks ago, that my English class, we had no time for our CPT, and we had no time for studying, that we just put it in and we just winged it. Everybody was just trying to finish it the night before. Even I was trying to finish it the night before, and it was just crazy, like all over the place, because in terms of marks, the CPT, our final project, is worth 10% of our actual mark, like our term mark, which is, right? And then our exam is 20. So if you do good on your CPT and you do kind of on the exam, you can kind of be saved by your CPT, but it's just a lot to like take in, especially grade 12. Now, before I get into prep for post-secondary, yes, I jump to different topics because I'm just that person. For people coming into high school, which I kind of mentioned, I think, like earlier, but people coming into high school, like from grade 8, I'm just saying it's a big jump. It's not like a big jump, but it's like different. So like elementary school, you have all your friends, like you're friends with every class. Like, I remember going into high school, we're like, oh, we're all gonna be like best friends, we're all gonna be fine. And then all of a sudden, I only talk to like 3 or 4 people like that are my best friends from my elementary school. And it was just crazy. So for people coming in, I would like you guys to know, I'm graduating obviously this year, but for people coming in for the 2020 year, 2021, I would like you to know that the friends that you have right now, and like all those friends, like, oh, I have this many friends, they're all gonna go because of the amount of other people you'll meet in high school. On top of that, all the drama, like, I'm gonna, like, even like bullying, if you're like bullying or all the drama, that's just gonna go because it's gonna be like a whole different environment when you get to high school. And like, even if like when you get to grade 8 in elementary school, or like middle school in case you go to public schools, or junior high, you're at the top of the food chain. You get to high school, you are right back at that bottom. Like, you are right there. And it's like crazy how much like the jump goes. And like, I would like to give advice on seniors. Seniors do not want to date freshmen. Like, maybe some who are desperate, but any freshman who like wants to date a senior, I wouldn't recommend it because they're not trusted at all. Like, do not trust them. Even like, I don't date at the moment, but like, I see people like dating youngers, and it's like, you're so mean to that person. Like, it's just not right. So yeah, so anybody coming in, just take precautions, and like, I don't know how to say it, like, just stay focused. And also drugs. Now, drugs in school. Oh, drugs in school. I don't want nobody coming into schools being like, I will never smoke marijuana, or I'll never do this, and I'll never do that. I'll never drink. Let's bring alcohol into this. The amount of people that had told me that before going into high school. Wow, why did I say school like that? School. Anyways, coming into high school, I'm like, that's all BS. Because now they all get high, like, almost every day. They all drink. I remember grade 10, I had some friends, and they came with a bottle, and it was a clear. I'm like, oh, cool, water. And then they told me, smell it. And I'm like, okay, I smelled it. Oh, that was straight rum or something. Like, it was rum. Like, I don't know, rum or vodka. I'm not good at alcohol because I don't drink it. But it was just like straight alcohol. And I'm like, how can you drink that at 9:30 in the morning? I can't even drink Coca-Cola at like 11. Like, I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand. And like, marijuana is like very high in high school. Like, sorry, if you hear like that, it's like that. It's my jacket because I'm in my closet, remember. But yeah, like marijuana, like the smell, you go into the bathroom, you smell it. And like, teachers aren't dumb. You come to school, like you come into class high, they know. There's some teachers who are chill about it and they're like, okay, you're high, cool, whatever. But then there's like some teachers that just legit lose their shit. They're like, are you high? Are you high? Go down to the office. Are you? But like, it's just crazy. I'm like, it's just marijuana. It's legalized. Like, I understand for 19 and up, but like, still, it's legalized. So let the kid do what he wants, right? But like, with that, drugs and like peer pressure, always peer pressure. And it's like, peer pressure comes in a lot, which is why a lot of people do it. And honestly, I don't recommend it, but like, it's your life, whatever. Like, I can't be there all the time. But like, if you fall into peer pressure, that can happen. But always take precautions, like be careful. It's high school, you're about to get offered. It's not as crazy as like you think. Like, it's kind of like dumb if you do drugs. Like, it's like, honestly, it's like, some people are like, oh, well, you won't get anywhere drugs. Like, it's not like you won't get anywhere. It's just a bad influence. And like, there's so many bad things that can happen if you do drugs. So honestly, coming into high school, I would not recommend doing drugs. Now, another thing, before I get on to post-secondary, is uniform. So my school, we're a Catholic school, so we have to wear a uniform. Public schools don't, so they don't have this problem. Sorry for all the noise, because I'm getting uncomfortable sitting in my closet. But anyways, uniform is like a god in my school. Like, if you're not in uniform, it's like you're committing a sin. And it's like, okay, calm down. Like, I'm wearing white socks. It's okay. But like, you can't even have, like, my school's an art school, so we have visual arts and stuff. We have visual arts, dance, and all that. I'm not good with arts, but yeah. But visual arts, they paint. So obviously paint will get on their pants. I've seen people get sent home because there's a speck of white paint on their pants. I'm like, really? And like, now they reinforce like black shoes, but predominantly black, so you can wear like the Vans. Sorry, that's a brand name. You can wear shoes with like the white lining. I don't know. But you can wear shoes like that. And like, that's like kind of like an improvement to like students like us. But it's like a lot. Like, if you're like treating uniform more important, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if you're treating uniform as something that's more important than a kid's education, you're sending them home, just give them a pass and go. Like, that's kind of my issue with uniform. But again, I'm not in that like authority to say anything. I can't do anything about it. Like, I've been out of uniform so many times. Throughout my high school career, my sweaters always broke, the school uniform, so I wore my black Adidas one. And look it, I've been like passing through all my classes like nothing. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm still coming to school. I'm still learning. So that's like a good thing, right? But anyways, post-secondary. So the prep for post-secondary actually goes along with stress as well, because you're stressing out students to do, in quotation marks, like air quotations, good. Now, good by meaning you guys have to apply for college and universities, and this is the deadline, and this and this. Like, you're like forcing kids to like obviously kids want to go after high school, but then you also have to think financially. It's hard, especially with somebody who wants to get rid of OSAP or mess it up somehow. OSAP, for those who don't know, is like a student loan thing. So you get loans so you can pay for your tuition. But yeah, so our post-secondary prep, they actually start it in like grade 11. Your marks in grade 11, like your courses in grade 11 that you take, will also affect your like the universities you want to go to, especially like colleges or universities, sorry. But it also, like, for universities, like, people come up to me like, oh, they're looking at my grade 11 marks, look at my transcript. Whereas, like, I show mine, and mine's like, obviously they have to show the grade 11 marks because you're applying early. But once you get this semester done, they look at every marks from grade 11 to 12. And it's like, you have to make sure all your marks are like up to par for these people. Not people, but like these universities to be accepted. So it's like a lot on kids my age, and like now in the 03s, sorry, I call you guys 03s. But like, just prepare yourself for all that, because it's not easy. Because in grade 12, all you're gonna hear is, you're in grade 12, you're going to university or you're going to college, and if you don't act this way, you're never gonna be accepted, or you're never gonna really have a good experience, or you need to go to this university because it's better than this one. And like, that's kind of biased. Like, those are the teachers, like, that's what you hear, and it's like, oh, this university is good. And it's like, okay, but it's my choice to choose which school I want to go to. Like, it's just crazy. Especially English, they're like so critical on you getting a good mark, but like, they're also like hard on your ass. They're like, oh, you guys, your essays were amazing, but this and this and this about university. And I'm like, dude, what? Like, it's just like, there's so much you have to do just to get into like a simple program. Like, I'm going into culinary, and I'm in a university level English, and I should not be there if I'm going to college. So every time she had a lecture, she's like, all of you are going to university. She is my teacher. All of you are going to university. I expect better. And I'm sitting there like, I'm going to college. Like, they said I need either grade 12 college or grade 12 uni. But since I couldn't switch out, I'm here. Like, that was me in my head. So it's just a lot. But with all that, like, going back to the thing of stress, just like imagine how stressful students must be in school, like just like with everything, with exams, homework, post-secondary, just all that into one. And it's just bam, there. And like I know when I get to college, I know it'll probably be more stressful because like a bigger school and more people. But the more, I guess it's just a better experience. Like the more stress you release, like you get rid of, I think you're just preparing yourself. I think like I don't know how to say it, but like the more stress you have in high school, it's like kind of like preparing you for what post-secondary is going to be. And if post-secondary is like just as stressful but like people are nicer, I mean, you can work around the stress, but I don't know since I'm not in high school. I'm in high school, I'm not in post-secondary. I'm so dumb. Anyways, but yeah, so high school can be stressful, but honestly, once you get through it and you just keep going, and you like learn the loops, like I learned the loops and I'm doing 4-credit co-op next semester, and I am smart because that means I get free credits for just working in a restaurant for 4 months. No pay, obviously. But like just like think about it, for the 4 years that leading up to your post-secondary like going into post-secondary, you just gotta try your best and you gotta be like on top with your work. Like you have to be focused. You gotta do everything you can to get your marks high. That's kind of how I see high school. No matter the stress, no matter anything. Yeah, you may break down because I've broken down plenty of times. No stranger to that. But no matter how many times like you break down, I think people who focus a lot, even if drugs are involved, but like if you're mature enough to focus and be like, okay, I have to get my marks here, I have to get my marks there, I think you'd be able to achieve something that you make, you make a goal and you achieve it. So with that said, I'm cutting this episode short because I actually have to go and make sure my marks are up, and I have to go study for my exams. So anybody who's in high school and is having exams around this time, or like, this is like January. Today's January 22nd. So if you're having exams, just I'm letting you know, good luck. You can do it. Even if you're stressed, I'd say like listen to lofi beats while you study, so then you like can calm yourself down. Make sure that you do well. Study hard again. Just study, and do well. And I'm signing off. So thank you for listening to this first episode of Talking with T, my podcast. I hope that in the future that I like you guys create I can't speak because I don't know how to end things, but I hope in the future that I can make these episodes longer. But I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.